What's up, guys? My name is Jellycut5 and welcome back to an episode of the FC25 Tenerife Career Mode. And before we do get into this video, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. All your support is truly appreciated, and you haven't done all them things, it'd be really appreciated if you can do so. It's completely free and it helps me out a bunch. We start off today's episode with a news agent kind of basically making light of Buadidi's recent form. It's clear that Tenerife can see the light at the end of the tunnel after Medrano's departure, and I feel like he's been a very good fitting in the middle. I'm not too sure why they've used Medrano as a replacement, bearing in mind he's a left back and Buadidi is a centre mid, but I did want to shine light on the player for the same factors. I think he's been doing a very good job so far in the middle, and he's definitely working well within the system, that is for sure. But our form has been really good as of late, and we're hoping to continue it after a game against Valencia away from home. It's going to be a tough tie. Valencia is always a hard place to come to. Let's see if we can get a result and see if we can kind of continue on the form that we have been displaying recently. It's always hard to be consistent in these sort of games, knowing that we're coming against some top teams, and this is only our second time in the big leagues. All about consistency, and let's see if that continues in this tie against Valencia. This is the lineup: Managon in goal, back four of Cancelo, Spiliers, Pasio and Mikic, midfield of James, Rigg, Buadidi and Sarr. Up front, just in attacking mid, we've got Alvarez, and then up front we have Geraldo Becker. A strong side like always. Let's see what we can do, and let's see if we can get a result against Valencia there. 8 minutes into the tie, Daniel James finds Ismail Assar on the right hand side after a lovely ball floating over the top there as he heads it onto Alvarez. Alvarez speeds himself into the middle there, as you can see, but a decent clearance from Valencia defence as it looks to be able to see if we can pick it back up once again there, as you can see. But Valencia now on the attack themselves as they pick the ball up. Guzman on a lovely bit of run here, as you can see, as Chris Rigg looks to try and match him for pace. Lovely bit of defending, keeping with him at the same time, and it will be a corner kick for Valencia. They look to play it short from the corner. Will they play it short, or will they put the ball in? They do play it short here, as you can see. Guzman on the ball. Daniel James picks it up there. A lovely interception from James there as he looks to be able to see it out, but he doesn't seem to do so. A poor pass from James there as he looks to be able to recoup the ball, and he does win back a throw in. Fair play to James there after losing out. He's still being able to kind of conjure back the ball and get himself on the good terms there, as you can see. Carlos Alvarez now striding forward. João Cancelo overlapping the ball as he looks to be able to see if he can support his teammates. Cancelo running into the box there. Geraldo Becker's in support. He looks to be able to see if he can take it upon himself. It's Cancelo, but it's straight at the keeper there. Great effort to get in that sort of position originally, but not enough done in that sort of position. Both sides have started the game fairly strong in fairness, but nothing really continued after that. It takes to the 22nd minute for something else to happen as João Cancelo makes a decent tackle on Valeria there as it goes out for a throw-in. Throw-in being taken as it falls out to Johnston. Now back to Valeria on the right-hand side. He looks to find his teammate Johnston once again, but a solid challenge from João there as Daniel James is found. Lovely turn from James, I have to say, using his pace to get in the perfect space as James looks to carry the ball on even further forward. He reaches the outside of the area. He takes it upon himself. He finds Alvarez. Alvarez to Becker, and as simple as that, Valencia 0, Tenerife 1, and Geraldo Becker gets another goal to add to his ever-growing tally. Lovely bit of footwork from the players, a lovely run. Cancelo to Alvarez, Alvarez to Becker, and you know what happens after that. Really good work of play, and I'm happy with that in fairness. It's a hard one to do and to be able to kind of go up on that pitch on a counter-attacking sort of move and really kind of attack the ball like that, but it's a lovely way to do so, and it is a very nice goal, I have to say. Valencia get themselves kicked off in the first half. They feel a little bit half done by because they have been good in this first half, it's for sure. As Pape makes a good interception, finding Guzman. Guzman turns his man, finding Valeria there, as you can see, as he looks to get past Cancelo. Good defending work from Cancelo, but the referee doesn't see it like that, and it is a free kick then. Chance for Valencia to get the ball into the areas. Pape is there, he gets it, and he does get the goal. A lovely volley into the bottom corner, leaving Malagon no clue whatsoever of what just happened in that moment in time, but he has got his goal. It's Valencia that do make it level. It's Tenerife that is now, unfortunately, going to be having to come back. It's Valencia 1, Tenerife 1, and they fire themselves back level with only a few minutes after we previously scored. So it's a very good effort and a very good comeback to do so, that is for sure. And we still continue on in this first half there. 33 minutes, and Daniel James makes a lovely interception there, as you can see, but the pass doesn't follow up, unfortunately, as Valera looks to be able to see if he can switch sides, finding Guri. Decent touch there, as you can see, but Buadidi looks to be able to see if he can get the foul, and the tackle, and he does do well in fairness, finding his teammate Carlos Alvarez, and he does so well to get past his man, but unfortunately a decent block from the defenders in the end. It was a very, very good opportunity, but not to be on that occasion as we come near to the end of the first half. Valencia looking for one final attack. It's 48 minutes on the clock, as you can see, but +1. The referee still giving play there, as you can see. I'll be annoyed if they score from here. It's Guri. He takes it past 1. He takes it past 2. Not Palacio, though, but Palacio poor with the clearance. You'd have thought the referee would blow up. Where's the whistle, referee? And he's got his goal. It's Valencia 2, Tenerife 1, and Guzman fires his side in front for the first time in this particular fixture. I feel a little bit hard done by that, in fairness, because it was like 49 minutes by the time they put that ball in the back of the net, and you can only say that the referee should have blown up at that time. There was no reason to give the additional, and normally as soon as it gets past the 1 minute, they're so quick to blow the whistle, even on an attacking move. Really unfortunate to be able to concede the goal in that sort of manner, but we are trailing, and all work to do in the second half then. 51 minutes on the clock. Valencia will feel that they have the momentum now as Guzman finds Paldo. Great play there. Is Guzman once again there, but a lovely challenge from Palacio, finding his teammate Ismail Assar on the right-hand side. Sarr finding Geraldo Becker. Sarr in support at the same time as Becker looks to find him, but Sarr nods it on to Alvarez. Lovely battle from Sarr. Alvarez now over to Becker. He takes his touch, he takes his shot, and he also gets his goal. It's Valencia 2, Tenerife 2, and Geraldo Becker with 2 goals in this particular game. He is on fire recently. What an effort that was into the bottom corner. There was no stopping that from the keeper whatsoever. He's a decent bit of a range out, to be honest, and he could have definitely run in a bit further to make it easier for him, but Geraldo Becker thought he could trust his his professionalism and everything about it. In fairness, I was really shocked to see that he was actually able to get the goal, and it was very well played from Becker, I have to say. And it is now 2-2. It's a very good game so far, and hopefully it will continue, that's for sure, as we look to be able to intercept the ball straight off the kick-off. Daniel James over to João Cancelo there as he looks to beat his man. Cancelo now striding forward. He finds his teammate Becker. Becker with options. He looks to find Alvarez. Lovely ball to Alvarez, may I say, as he nods it onto chest. Now Alvarez, he's got a great chance to put it into the box, but it's a decent bit of defending, and it will be a corner kick there. Momentum now with Tenerife as Ismail Assar whips in the corner. It's Palacio that's there. He nods it on there. That's a super save. It hits the bar as Valencia look to clear their lines, but only as far as Spiliers, as Chris Rigg now puts it back over to Ismail Assar. Assar to Alvarez. Alvarez to Buadidi there. Buadidi fancies chances. Chance blocked there. It's Chris Rigg over to Alvarez. Lovely ball to Alvarez. It's Alvarez now to Becker, and that is a super block from the defenders, putting it out for another corner kick there. Chance from the corner once again as Alvarez whips the ball in there. Decent delivery. It's Palacio once again there, and the keeper denies him for a second time. He's hit the bar, and now he's made a big save. Another corner to be taken. Chances flying left, right and centre. It's Ismail Assar, but not to be on that particular occasion. Very good string of opportunities, but just seemed to not to be in the end, unfortunately. Very unlucky, I have to say. But we are definitely knocking on the door of Valencia as João Cancelo makes a super challenge, but I can't say that same for that Valencia man there, as it looks to be if the referee's got to make a big decision. Will it be yellow? Will it be red? It's a red card. Wow. This could be changing the things a bit now. Javi Guerrera sent off after a very poor challenge on João Cancelo. That's 2 episodes now where we've seen the opposition gain red cards. 2-footed challenge, no intention of getting the ball whatsoever. And see you later. Javi Guerrera goes into the showers nice and early then, as we've still got 25 minutes left to play off this side. Geraldo Becker getting stuck in straight away with Daniel James in support. James with a chance here, as you can see. James striding forward. He takes it upon himself to try and get the pass off, but not to be on that occasion. And it looks to be the end of that particular attack, but we are going to put the pressure on to see if they will kind of make a mishap in that sort of position, but not to be, as Canos now on the right hand side doing well to get past his man as he gets past João Cancelo, also finding Guzman. They might be down to 10 men, but they still fancy themselves here as Guzman turns his man. He whips the ball in. It's Guri. He chests it and he volleys it into the back of the net, and 10 men Valencia lead. It's Valencia 3, Tenerife 2, and this was not in the script whatsoever, that's for sure. A very good finish, I have to say. Poor defending from Mikic not to be able to pick up his man and clear the cross initially. It was a very poor bit of defending. The lines just seemed to be all over the place, and I don't think they really expected the cross to be floated into the box, but unfortunately it has done, and they have made the most of it, that's for sure. Malagon with no chance whatsoever, and now the substitutions to be made in this last few minutes of this second half there, as you can see. Chris Rigg coming off the pitch for Diarra, Adrian Liso off the pitch for Ismail Assar, as we look to put James onto the right, Liso onto the left hand side, trying to see if we can shape it up in terms of the attacking moves. I'm not too sure if it's going to do us any favours, but we've got 8 minutes left. Adrian Liso making making a super challenge there. Diarra over to Becker. Liso in support. Decent ball over to Liso, it has to be said. He chests it down well. Back to Becker. He's got a chance here. Becker returns his man. He shoots. Decent save. It looks to be fouled out. It's going to be Carlos Alvarez now. He takes his touch. He turns his man. It's a great chance. It's saved. And he gets the rebound. I can't say I'm too happy about that because we're not in this, shouldn't be in the situation, but at least we are level. It's Valencia 3, Tenerife 3. It's been a hectic tie, I have to say. 6 goals overall, and we still might have a chance to be able to nick a winner here. Great stuff from Carlos Alvarez to be persistent in the effort there as he takes his first initial touch there and he takes the shot. Great save, and then he falls back for the rebound there. 4 minutes left to play. You can only feel like there's one last chance for either side there as Guzman turns his man, looks to find Guri. He's got a great chance here, Guri, but it's a solid challenge from Mikic, making up for the mishap that he did make for the 3rd goal of Valencia. And now we go on the attack. Carlos Alvarez in support. Geraldo Becker is there also, as you can see. Left hand side is Adrian Liso. He's made an impact off the bench here as Liso looks to stride forward. He turns his man, looking to get into the box. It could be Liso, Adrian Liso, and that is a super save from the keeper. As much as he's conceded 3 goals in this time, there's no denying that he's made some top saves in this half, that is for sure, as Carlos Alvarez looks to battle for the ball and try and see if he can win it back, but he can only put it out for a throw-in. Try and see if we can pin him in and win the ball, but it looks to be the full-time whistle is going to be blown at any second now. We do win the ball back, but it's not enough. As much as he gave another 4 additional minutes in the first, he won't be giving it in the second. It's Valencia 3, Tenerife 3. I felt a little bit hard done by knowing they were down to 10 men and slightly there for the taking. Maybe if the defending was a little bit more up to scratch, then we'd have been able to come at them and win the game, and unfortunately it's not to be on that particular occasion, and it looks to be that we are going to suffer in this particular time. It's unfortunate, but unfortunately we do drop 2 points. Unfortunately we're just going to have to go back again and try and do our best in our next row of fixtures. But we do have a simulation game in the Europa League now against a team that's pretty much right down the bottom. Never heard of them myself. Univ Korova, 2-1 victory in the end. Cruz and Rig getting on the score sheet to be able to solidify another 3 points in a European competition. Before we do get into our next game of the episode, Kouassi is just mentioning that he's very happy that we've been getting him in the team as much as we possibly can. But one person isn't happy is Marcel Ruiz. He said that if he isn't in contention, then he might be considering his future. I think I've been trying to get them in as much as possible, in fairness, and with the games we've definitely been rotating in the most fair way possible. And he's normally one of the first teams on the first players on the team sheet, in fairness to him. So not too sure where that's come from, but hopefully that will change in the future. But we have a big game now against Atletico Bilbao at home, a team that we've kind of struggled in times and a team that we've kind of done well at others. It's been a mixed kind of bag between Atletico and ourselves, but we are looking forward to this one nevertheless, as we look to be able to see if we can continue on our league form and try and do a little bit better than that game against Valencia. This is the lineup then. Malagon in goal, back 4 of Cancelo, Spiliers and Mikic, midfield of James Ruiz, Buadidi and Sarr, Alvarez just ahead, and who else but Geraldo Becker as the lone striker. 13 minutes into the tie. It's been a slow first 10, but Atletico Bilbao trying to feed themselves into the game here, as you can see, as they create a lovely chance getting forward, and it's very fast paced moving, as you can see, but a solid challenge from Palacio as we look to be able to see if we can go on the break ourselves. Ismail Assar finding Carlos Alvarez then, as Alvarez runs with the ball, looking to see if he can get himself in a great position. Geraldo Becker in support at the same time. Becker is there, tries to win the header, but not to be on that particular occasion. But it's been a bit of a tame game, in fairness. Not really much happening for either side. 29 minutes and no real chances created as Sunset looks to stride forward. He's got a lot of space there, as you can see, but a lovely interception from Palacio as Ruiz looks to be able to see if he can put it up the field. Alvarez now, Geraldo Becker. This could be the moment to go on the attack here, as Becker's got support. Ismail Assar being one of them on the right hand side, uses his pace to skip himself into the box there. He turns his man, he finds Becker once again there. Now to Ruiz. He's got a chance here, Ruiz there, and that is a super save from the keeper, and that is the end of that particular attack. 10 minutes left of the half. Both sides not really creating too much, but you could say we've had the better chances. As Kingsley Coman now playing for Atletico Bilbao, but he's still got some pace about him, finding his teammate Adley to Diageo there, and he's a great chance. And it's also a great goal. Tenerife 0, Atletico Bilbao 1. They haven't exactly created that many chances within the first half, but they've taken one here, and it's a great one nevertheless. Not much we could have really done in that particular situation. A lovely attacking move from Bilbao, and as I mentioned, they haven't really created as many chances for themselves, but when they take one like that just before the half-time whistle is to near to be blown, then you can only accept it was a very, very good opportunity taken then. So, getting ourselves kicked off for another time in this fixture. Carlos Alvarez losing out on the kick kickoff straight away, and it might go from bad to worse for ourselves here as Coman peeks it up on the left-hand side, finding Sunset. Sunset to the previous goal scorer of Diageo there as he finds Coman. Coman now trying to get it over to Adley, but a good interception there as Ismail Assar looks to be able to burst down the right, but he cuts in on the left, finding Marcel Ruiz. Ruiz now switching sides to Daniel James here as he looks to make a 1-2 with Becker. James running in the space there as you can see as Becker finds James. He could get one before half-time, and certainly he has done so. It's Tenerife 1, Atletico Bilbao 1, and we are now back in this time before the first half whistle has to be blown. Very, very good stuff from the Welshman, and he's definitely improved a lot in this season. So people were sceptical about the signing and whether it was the right move for ourselves, but it's definitely been so. He's made a massive impact on that left-hand side. The pace and the skill that he brings to the side is absolutely perfect, but unfortunately, I'm not too sure if that was enough in the first half, because in the second half, they come straight back at us. Adley once again there's thrown forward as Malagon makes a super save, making it to see if he can keep his side in it. It's Sunset now on the ball once again here, causing a lot of problems, finding Kingsley Coman, trying to get the ball off him. It's Coman, it's Diageo, and as I mentioned, I don't think it's going to be enough. Tenerife 1, Atletico Bilbao 2. They get themselves back in it for another time, and unfortunately they are leading once again. Really, really frustrating when you can see goals like that, because we just didn't seem to be able to get the ball away in the best fashion possible. Bodies flying in everywhere, players skipping round our defenders, and it just didn't really look pretty by any means whatsoever. But they've taken their chance, they've got their goal, and unfortunately we are now trailing for another time in this fixture. 60 minutes on the clock, haven't really started the second half well in any means whatsoever. No chances created, and it seems to be we've been very lacklustre, that's for sure, as Mikic just tries to retrieve the ball, but unfortunately instead he gives a foul there. As you can see, Kingsley Coman stepping outside on the free kick as he looks to whip the ball in. He does so, and it's a great delivery, looks to find a teammate, and that's a super save from Malagon. Not too sure who got on the end of that, but that is a super save from Malagon. And now 20 minutes left to go. We just haven't created anything in the second half to realistically say that we're in this, as Malagon looks to rush out, and that's a super save. I'm pretty sure he'd been offside, but a very good save nevertheless, as João Cancelo finds Daniel James. Could we create something? Could we at least snatch a point? I'm not too sure. Daniel James over to Becker. James back in support here, as you can see, as Becker makes the run. He finds him once again. It's Geraldo Becker striding forward. He looks to turn his man. It's a great run from Geraldo Becker. No one can touch him. It's Becker, and that is a super save, putting it out for a corner kick. 12 minutes left in the time. You could only feel that that was potentially our chance to get ourselves back into this time, solidify a point at least, because it seems to be very hard to create anything past that. It's Kingsley Coman makes a lovely ball on the left-hand side, getting past Mikic. He's been doing very well on that left-hand side, it has to be said, but Mikic strong in the challenge as he looks to jockey his player, and he does win the ball. Now over to the middle, Chris Rigg, over to Marcel Ruiz, many in support, Geraldo Becker being one of them, trying to see if we can get something going, but once again stopped in our tracks there as Sunset picks it up after a lovely looping ball. He finds Adley, and it's a great ball. He turns his man. It's a great bit of defending at the same time, as João Cancelo denies Adley to at least give ourselves some sort of lifeline in this game, as Daniel James on the left-hand side finds Geraldo Becker. No one in support though, as you can see, is a man running through the middle. It looks to be Chris Rigg, and it is Chris Rigg. No one really supporting, so he looks to overlap it to Becker. It's a great idea, but not to be executed in the best way possible, and unfortunately the goalkeeper picks it up. With only a couple of minutes left in this tie, if they get a goal here, you can only think it's game, set and match, and this could be the chance. It's Kingsley Coman, it's trying to get over to Dajlo, but not to be, but Sunset picking up the pieces. It's Dajlo once again, it's Adley, he's got his chance and he's got his goal. He's had plenty of chances in this game to be able to kind of put it to bed, but unfortunately he hasn't been able to do so, but luckily for himself, he's got one right at the end, and we are going to be suffering our first loss of the season. It's Tenerife that are going to be losing out. It's Tenerife 1, Atletico Bilbao 3. From minute 1 to minute 90, we didn't really seem to get going. I know we got ourselves back in the tie, but in the second half, we were absolutely lacklustre. Nothing creative from our means whatsoever, and it was really poor in fairness. Much better performance needed, and it seems to be we're kind of having a recurring theme in this episode after getting that draw against Valencia. Unfortunately, every team goes through rough patches, and this is exactly the one that we're suffering through now, but we have no time to let up on this one, because we have a massive game and away from home in our last game of the episode against Atletico Madrid, a team that we've struggled against recently. They're a strong side. They've got Gokares, Julian Alvarez, Oblak in goal, Ruben Diaz at the back. They've got some wholesale names compared to what we may have in this side, but we will definitely compete though. Nevertheless, this is the lineup. Malagon in goal, back four of Cancelo, Kouassi, Vasquez and Rodriguez, Liso, Buadidi, Rigg and James, Alvarez in the middle, and then Geraldo Becker as the lone striker. Reasons for changes in the back four were due to pretty much fitness reasons. It's a pretty strong side, but just the changes in the back four with Kouassi and Vasquez. Not my favoured choice, but let's see how they can handle the pressure in this tie. Atletico get themselves kicked off, and they look to get straight off on the kickoff as Victor Gyökeres tries to get the shot off, and he does, and that's a super save from Malagon, I have to say. Tonali whips in the corner as Malagon fists it away there as Alvarez looks to be able to see if he can chase the ball as Molina nods it on. Now Becker in support as he looks to find Carlos Alvarez, and Alvarez is all by himself there as he looks to use his pace to be able to see if he can get past the defenders, but he's dragged to the left hand side. He cuts in on the right. It's Carlos Alvarez, and that is a super save from Oblak, and that's exactly what makes him world class. Absolutely amazing save from Oblak, it has to be said, and we still are level in this game. 13 minutes into the tie, Daniel James makes a lovely interception now on the right hand side in this particular tie compared to the favoured left there, as you can see as Buadidi makes an interception finding Carlos Alvarez. Now Geraldo Becker, Alvarez in support, Becker holds it up. It's now Alvarez once again, he turns his man. Great stuff from Alvarez. He could have something going here. He wins the ball back in great fashion, and he also gets his goal. It's a Atletico 0, Tenerife 1, and Carlos Alvarez, very persistent in the move, gets his goal, and a very well worked one at that. Super stuff from Carlos Alvarez. Really happy in the persistence to be able to win the ball back and fight for it, and it's definitely worked out in his favour. Absolute tenfold. Super goal from Carlos Alvarez, and we are now in front. I'm very shocked that we are, because it seemed to be Atletico Madrid were the favoured team to be leading in this game and to be winning it, but there's still plenty of time, that's for sure, as Victor Gyökeres strides forward. A lovely effort from Victor Gyökeres as Malagon makes a super save. The striker is really causing some problems for the Tenerife defence. They play it short from the corner, but Julian Alvarez doesn't really seem to do himself any favours and skills himself off the pitch, so we look to be able to play it short. Kouassi over to Cancelo. Cancelo striding forward on the left hand side, as you can see here, as Adrian Liso looks to stride forward to finding Geraldo Becker. Many in support, Liso being one of them. A lovely ball to Liso, it has to be said. Liso on his own, surely it could be something. Oblak with a super save. I wished it falled out to Geraldo Becker, but just not to be on that particular occasion. But a very good save nevertheless. With 10 minutes left to play in the first half, we still are leading with a lovely save from Malagon once again. The shots from range are really proving to be dangerous against us as the ball is whipped into the area, and you can only but say it was coming. It's Victor Gyökeres that gets the goal. It's Atletico 1, Tenerife 1, and they do get their goal just before half time. It's a very good headed effort, I have to say. There was no stopping that one by any means whatsoever, and the pressure has been mounting, and it was only a matter of time before the defence and the goalkeeper were to fold. It's a great ball into the area, and he rises above everybody. There's no stopping that particular effort, and unfortunately they are now level. Victor Gyökeres has had plenty of chances, and he'll be happy that that one's gone in. Otherwise he'll be wondering if it's going to be his day or not, that's for sure, as Daniel James makes a good interception though. That's a solid bit of defending. James now into the box. It's Geraldo Becker, and it's hit the post. How unlucky can you get? I thought we might be able to get in front for another time in this game before the half-time whistle, but not to be on that occasion, and we still go into the second half. 1-1 apiece there. It's 51 minutes on the clock. Victor Gyökeres looking to find Tonali, but not to be, as Daniel James is feeded in by Rodriguez. Alvarez now. James in support. Alvarez tries to find James, but not to be there as Costas makes a good interception, finding Tonali. Over to Gyökeres. Players in the middle, players up front. It's Julian Alvarez. He looks to take the shot. Lovely interception from Vasquez, but still in play here. They've got a great chance. It's a lovely effort, and that's a super save from Malagon nevertheless, and he denies his opponent there, as you can see. Madrid really starting the second half nice and brightly, and we haven't really come out the blocks running ourselves, in fairness. Nothing to be created in the second half, and it's all Atletico Madrid, and this might be another chance here. Tonali back healing it to Julian Alvarez, blocked by Vasquez, cleared by Rodriguez. Liso found on the left hand side. Could he make a counter-attacking run here as Alvarez is found? Becker in support at the same time. Good split of play here as Becker picks it up, tries to turn his man, and he does so. He finds the gap, he takes the shot, but not to be, as Becker looks to be able to see if he can fight back, and he still wins the ball. Lovely persistence from Becker, fighting for the badge there. Geraldo Becker once again, he's got a chance here. It's Becker, and that's a fingertip save from Jan Oblak if you've ever seen one. Super stuff there from the Slovenian goalkeeper, and that is a super bit of defending also, as he shrugs off Geraldo Becker and he gets his ball clear there, as you can see. 19 minutes left in this game, and it's very nip and tuck. We're not too sure what's going to happen. Are they going to be level? Are they going to get a goal? Are we going to get a goal? I'm not too sure. Julian Alvarez, it's Gyökeres now. He puts it back to Julian Alvarez. It's a great effort. And it is a goal. It's the Atletico 2, Tenerife 1, and they are in front for the first time in this fixture, and you can only feel like it's somewhat deserved. They've had so many chances, and it's just not really been coming off for them whatsoever, but this time it has. Julian Alvarez always scores against us, and he's proved it on this particular occasion once again there, as we make some substitutions there. As you can see, Alvarez off for Pereira, Sanhaji off for Geraldo Becker, and also Rob Cameron off for Marcel Ruiz, just trying to change it up if it's going to help us in any way, shape or form. But 3 minutes left of the tie, they might get the final goal to nip it in the bud here. As you can see, as Alvarez is trying to get the shot off, it's Gocarez, and it is an offside goal, and it's not going to count whatsoever, but you could only think if it were to have done so, that would have been the game, set and match, but didn't need to be in the end, and unfortunately we weren't to create anything near towards the end. It's Atletico 2, Tenerife 1, and that's back-to-back losses. Not really good in terms of our league form whatsoever after trailing against Valencia and getting a draw. Then obviously against Atletico Bilbao we lost out 3-1, and unfortunately back-to-back losses with 2-1 defeat against Atletico Madrid. Have to say it's very disappointing, but you're going to have times like this at a club. It's not going to be the best way possible. We haven't got the biggest of teams and we haven't got the best of teams, but we do bounce back with a victory in the Europa League after playing against Stuttgart with a 2-0 victory, with Luzmi Cruz getting on the score sheet twice there, as you can see, after a very, very good victory against the German outfit. Looking at our Europa League table, it's not looking too bad whatsoever. Still in second, 2 points off of Ajax there, and we're still keeping up the form, and it looks to be that we're on point for being able to kind of get ourselves in the promotion spots for Europa League. Man United dropping all the way down to 19th. That's very surprising. I have to say it's probably one of the teams that I thought would be right up there, but not to be on this particular occasion. But in terms of our European form and everything else, it's been going very well, better than I thought, because I knew it'd be a task. I probably would have preferred to play in the Conference League knowing the competition, but we're still kind of fighting for it, and let's see what we can do. Looking at the Liga table, we're currently sitting 4th, so we've dropped down the pecking order slightly. Played 16, won 9, drawn 5, and currently lost 2. Sitting on 32 points, only 4 points off the top though, with a game in hand. So in fairness, we're still in a good position, and there's teams behind us. Real Madrid have crept up in their 5th, they're on 30 points, as they were right down the pecking order. But it's all a progress at the end of the day. It's a massive project for ourselves to be in a good position. But that is it for this particular episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.